Banks are denying 45.7% of refinance applications right now, the highest rejection rate ever recorded. And they're telling you it's because your credit isn't good enough, because your debt-to-income ratio is too high, because you don't qualify. That's a lie. And I'm about to show you exactly why they're lying to you and what they're really protecting. I'm Ramin, and I've been a mortgage loan officer for over 20 years. I've helped over 1,500 families. I teach business law at Kenyatta College, and I've been gone from making content for about 75 days because I've been building AI systems, restructuring my business, building out Real Talk Media. But I'm back now because yesterday I was watching Patrick Bet-David's podcast, the business edition on Wednesdays. They got Rob, the Biz Doc, and Jeff Snider from Eurodollar University breaking down economic data, and they dropped this stat: 45.7% refinance denial rate. And I realized I need to make a video again because people are getting played and nobody's calling it out. So let's talk about what's really happening, because it's Thanksgiving week next week and Christmas is just around the corner, and you're about to get lied to by every bank that you call. Now, and I'm not letting that slide. Here's what banks are telling people right now. Sorry, your credit score dropped. We can't approve you. Sorry, your debt-to-income ratio is too high with those credit cards. Sorry, the underwriting guidelines won't allow us to do this loan. All of that sounds official, right? Sounds like it's your problem, like you're the one who messed up. Bullshit. Here's what's actually happening. Banks are sitting on loans they made to you at 3%, 3.5%, 4% during COVID and the years after. Those are assets on their books. They're making money on those loans. Not a ton of money, but consistent money. Now you want to refinance from 6.5% down to 5.5%, or lower, you want to pull cash out to pay off those credit cards at 20% interest. You want to consolidate debt. If they approve you, they have to give up that 6.5% loan. They have to write you a new loan at a lower rate. They make less money. So what do? They tighten up underwriting standards. They find reasons to say no. They make it harder to qualify, even though you're the same person who qualified for the original loan in the first place. And here's the kicker. Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest financial institutions in the world, their vice chair, Rob Kaplan, was asked about portable mortgages this week. And he literally said, I'd like to know what those portable mortgages are. The people running these banks don't even understand the products they're supposed to be offering you. But they're real quick to tell you that you don't qualify. You see what I'm saying? This isn't about your credit score. This is about their profit margins. Now, look, I'm not pretending like the economy isn't tough right now. I see it. My car lease is up in January. I went to look at new car prices and I'm like, what's going on? Everything's up 30 to 40%, and it's insane. And I'm watching people around me, smart people, working people, cutting back on going out, cutting back on spending, making hard choices about groceries and even gas and everything in between. Credit card debt just hit $1.25 trillion nationally. Trillion. Car loan defaults are at levels we haven't seen since 2009. Remember that time? So I'm not sitting here saying everything's fine. I'm not blowing smoke. But here's the difference between me and those banks. I'm not pretending you're the problem when you are not the problem. The system is broke. The banks are protecting themselves, and you're getting caught in the middle. And that pisses me off. Let me show you something that the banks really don't want you to figure out. If you're sitting on a mortgage at 6.5% right now, let's say you owe $400,000 and you're paying about, $25, $30 a month in principal and interest. If I can get you down to 5.5%, that same $400,000 loan drops down to $2,270 per month. That's $260 a month back in your pocket. $3,120 a year over the next 5 years, that's $15,600. Now let's say you also got $30,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest. You're paying about $500 a month just on minimums, and most of that's going to interest. You're not even touching the principal. If you do a cash out refinance, take that $30,000 out of your home equity and pay off those cards, you just rolled 20% debt into 5.5% debt. Your mortgage goes up maybe $200 a month, but you just eliminated $500 in credit card payments. Net, well, you're saving $300 a month. You're saving $3,600 a year, and you're actually paying down debt instead of treading water. But the bank doesn't want to do that deal. Why? Because they lose that 6.5% mortgage. they lose the 20% credit card interest rates. They lose on both sides. So they tell you, sorry, your debt to income ratio is too high, bro. We can't approve this. They're not protecting you. They are protecting them. And if you don't know this math, you just accept it. You go, okay, I guess I don't qualify, and you keep bleeding $500 a month on credit cards while sitting at 6.5% mortgage. You are literally setting money on fire every single month. So here's what I'm telling you. If you're sitting on a 6.5%, 6%, 7% mortgage right now, and you got credit card debt at 18, 20, 22%, and you haven't called someone to run those numbers, you're making the biggest financial mistake you can ever make. I don't care if another lender told you no. I don't care if you think you don't qualify. I don't care if you're scared of getting denied. You don't know until you know. And sitting there guessing is costing you hundreds of dollars a month. Call me, text me, DM me. All my info is in the description. I'm gonna run your numbers, and I'm gonna tell you straight up if you qualify or you don't. No games, no BS, no hard sell. If you qualify and the math works, well, we do the deal, and you start saving money today. If you don't qualify, well, I'll tell you exactly why and what you need to fix to get there in 6 months or a year. But at least you'll know. Instead of just sitting there, hemorrhaging money because some bank told you no and you believed them. Because here's the thing, most loan officers won't even try these deals. They want the easy stuff. They want the perfect credit score, the clean application, the no-brainer approval. I've been doing this for 20 years. I like the complicated stuff. I like finding solutions that other people say don't exist. So if you got denied somewhere else, if you've been told no, and if you think you're stuck, well, let me look at it. Worst case, I confirm you don't qualify and you're in the same spot you are now. Best case, I find you a deal that saves you $300, $400, $500, $800 a month that everybody else missed because they didn't want to put in the work. Now, here's what I'm doing with this channel. I've been gone for about 75 days. I've been building systems, but after watching that PBD episode with Jeff Snider and Rob breaking down the real data on what's happening in the economy, I realized, dude, I need to be back to making content again. I just can't sit idly by. Not feel-good content, not here's 5 tips content. I'm talking about the stuff that actually matters, the stuff that banks don't want you to know, the stuff that saves you real money. Over the next few weeks, I'm breaking it down. Why the portable mortgage thing that Trump's talking about is probably never going to happen, and what you should be doing instead, right now. The real story on credit card debt and why banks are actively making it worse. How to position yourself when 45% of people are getting denied. What are the other 55% doing that you're not? And the moves that actually work when the system is designed to keep you paying maximum interest. This isn't theory. This is 20 years in the trenches, 1,500 plus families teaching business law, watching cycles, knowing where the bodies are buried. Now, if you want real information instead of bank propaganda, hit that subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I'm dropping one of these every single week. I'm gonna try to do one every single day for the next 2 weeks, and every single one is gonna have something you can use. Okay, it's Thanksgiving week coming up. You're probably already stressed about money. Christmas is coming up, bills are piling up, and banks are denying 45.7% of refinance applications while telling you, hey, it's your fault, dude. Don't buy it. The math works. The deals exist. You just need someone who's actually willing to fight for you instead of taking the easy way out. I'm Ramin. This is Real Talk, and I'm not here to make banks comfortable. Let's get your numbers right. Let's stop setting money on fire. All my info is below. Let's go.